You're listening to
Tipsy Book Read.
I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Jess.
And we're tipsy.
Too many books on my TBR.
Yeah. This podcast is like a book club for the antisocial. We make a drink inspired by the book we read and talk crap about life and fictional characters. We really hope you listen and drink along.
Side effects of listening to this podcast may include reading vivaciously, extreme bouts of laughter, tipsiness from craft cocktails, talking shit about life and fictional characters. Listen at your own risk.
Just a warning, this podcast is explicit. We are all over 21 and there are spoilers. We warned ya. Hi, bestie.
Hello. What are we reading?
6 Morning Kisses, which is in the other room.
Stunning.
6 Morning Kisses by Diana Elliot Graham. And we're here at Fern & Fable Bookstore today.
We are.
Tonight. Actually, it's very late. A little sleepy.
Yeah.
But we're very excited to talk about this book.
Yeah.
And I actually have a question. What you drinking?
We're drinking a margarita. We're drinking it in a plastic cup tonight because...
Will's Margarita.
Yes. Because we'll talk about it more, but that move, he's got the moves. So he sipped down that margarita and it had to be made into a drink, which is funny because we did what do you think this drink is going to be? And all of the guesses were spot on. 10 out of 10, and it was all of the things we had gone through in our brain when we were coming up with a drink.
Yes.
And then we settled on this, and I think it's 10 out of 10.
So good.
Can't go wrong with a margarita.
So good. Yeah, Will's Margarita. But yeah, honestly, listen, if I had a Will in my life, I would fold so quickly. Are you kidding me? Drinks the margarita.
Stunning.
So
what a move.
So many good things. I mean, they're quote unquote third meet cute, basically.
Yeah.
And the t-shirt and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Adorable.
We'll get into it more, but
okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about him?
Will?
Yes.
I love Will. He's so good.
I can't sit down, can I?
No,
I
you can't. I love it.
I know.
I was like, at first I was like, how does he know her? What is going on? And then we get the history of like how he knows her name, and he's been paying attention this whole damn time. And I just love how he's like, fuck what my family thinks. And he's not just falling into like what his brothers have fallen into. And he's like, my dad's not even that impressive. He's made money out of money. Like, it was already there. And I don't know. He's like, this isn't a phase, Mom.
I know. Oh, my gosh. I love that. He said something, too, and it was like, my phase, that's not a phase. But the way he phrased it was really silly, and I can't remember exactly what it was. But it was good. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so I love the way that DEG writes the parallels between this and When We Were.
Yes.
I mean, beautiful.
Dig in. What do you mean? Tell me more.
I mean, just so many things like how coffee is such a big theme in her life throughout her since college, right? Like all the way up until now.
Right.
And then we've got like the emails back and forth for the corporate Hunger Games with like Reed is still peekabooing up. Like we're getting those fillers that we missed with the jumps in When We Were.
Yes, that's so true. And I love that it picked up right where it left off as far as like Arden is very much still the same person. She's obviously learned things and grown and things have happened since When We Were, but it's flawlessly very much the same character.
Yeah.
As it should be, but I feel that sometimes there's a disconnect in books, especially when there's a time frame that's changed. It's like, is this the same person?
Yeah.
And this is just flawless.
Her wittiness, even to how she messages back and forth.
Yes.
The exclamation marks and all of that
and her
stuff.
internal dialogue. Oh my God, I literally love her so much.
I know.
And all of the things about just the corporate world and all of that. And I'm just like, DEG's writing on that is so good. It's all so quotable. Like, if you just open up the book and point to a sentence, it will be iconic.
There's so many.
Yeah, literally it could be any random sentence, and it would be iconic.
I highlighted yes, Taylor. I don't even know where that was, but yes, Taylor.
True, yes. Get it.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. Okay, so their meet cute, and even in the beginning, right, where we know it's Arden at the coffee shop.
Right.
Having a conversation with the barista, whether or not what a flat white is or whatever it is, right? And Will is so, like, enamored from there, and it's trying to remember, like, I know this woman.
Yeah. And also he, like, wants to, like, jump in on the conversation, but also is like,
Yes. Also, like, who's drinking tea on their run? He got a tea and then ran home?
No, he went on a run.
And then he walked, but then when he got back to the room with his brother, he was out of breath. And he had to take a minute to rest.
It was a long walk.
I mean, you that out of breath from walking when you run every day?
Maybe he never caught his breath from his run.
Okay. Anywho.
I don't know.
So many mentions, though. Stella mentioned, Ethan mentioned. I feel like I'm watching a crossover episode or something like that.
Yeah, I love that.
Or when there's a TV show that's in the same world, and then, like, characters outside, but within that world get mentioned. Yeah. That's how I feel.
I love it, though.
Also, Stella and them just need to find voice memos.
Seriously. The phone tag is real.
It's painful.
Mm-hmm.
Drop her a voice memo.
True.
Although I guess this is still, like, what would this be?
I don't know, 2007?
Well, no, she was a sophomore in 2007.
2012?
Maybe.
I don't know. I guess before voice memos and text. But, yeah, they need something because they are playing phone tag like crazy.
Yeah. Totally. Hey. Professionals.
This is what I mean about the commentary about the corporate world. It's so funny. And her names for the plants. Frichter.
It's also kind of painful.
It is. It is.
No, not the names. I love the names. Her non-ability to take care of a plant, like ice cubes.
As planty girly, you are. Yeah. I mean, I've killed enough plants in my time.
Me too, but still,
it's Ashley, if you're watching this,
stop. I mean, go ahead.
I mean, actually, she has a couple alive plants right now. Proud of her for that. But normally, typically speaking, she would be at Arden in the plant world.
Dead on.
Yeah. Even the cactus. Come on.
I know.
Even the succulents.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ashley. You try.
Same with Arden. You try. Frickin' Prichter.
Yeah. I have a note.
Yeah.
And I guess it was in chapter 2.
Okay.
And it had to do with watching someone else grow. And I think it was when she was discussing one of her meetups with Reed. Mm-hmm. I'm saying meetup, but I just mean like coffee or whatever. It sounds a little bit more than it really is. And she discussed about how she mentions how he looks so much older. Yeah. He looked so much older. And she said, sorry. I can't find the exact thing, but it was about watching other people grow.
Yeah.
And I just love the idea of watching someone else get older while not realizing you yourself are also getting older. Yes. And I feel like that's so accurate, right? Because we see people who are even like a year younger than us.
Yeah.
Or the same age or whatever the case is. And we're like, wow, they're getting so old. And it's like, you too are also getting old.
Right. And especially I think it's more prevalent when you don't see someone so often. Because it's that whole thing of when you're waking up in bed with someone and you're aging alongside of them, it's just a gradual change. Whereas when you go a year without seeing someone, it kind of hits you like a wall, right?
Totally.
And it's definitely an adjustment. And it's like one of those things where she may feel that, oh, I should have been getting older with him, alongside of him, not just realizing that we're getting older from afar.
Yeah. Wow.
Dang.
She just knows how to hit the heartstrings with it being like a normal conversation.
Yeah, that's so true. Casually dropping that in there. Yeah. Whatever.
Okay. What would you like to talk about first? Do you want to talk about the corporate Hunger Games?
Yeah, let's do it. That's freaking intense.
Oh, I could never.
Sounds like my worst nightmare.
Absolutely worst nightmare. That sounds horrible. So essentially, she has to come up with this idea. I don't fully understand it, but it's truly because I don't understand corporate speak. And it is heavy.
Yeah.
In here, which is not a bad thing. It just, I'm out of the loop.
A little over my head.
A little over my head. I'm just a photographer. But anywho,
I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl. I'm just a photographer. My cord mic just zoomed into my photo. But anyways, that whole thing is written so well though. Like the intensity of it. I'm nervous for her. Mm-hmm. Her badassery.
Yeah. I will say, I know Rita's just trying to be helpful, and because he interned at this company, right? So he's kind of experienced some of this firsthand, and he's very much like, you gotta wait your turn, like the promotion will come, like, and I don't like that.
I don't like that
I feel
either.
like, I don't know, maybe it's not unlike him. Like, I feel like he is a bit reserved, but also support her, support our girl. Be like, you fucking go and get that promotion, girl. You do it. You can do it. You know what I mean? I feel like he's like, sit down, wait your turn, which is kind of unlike him. But I'm like, boo, come on.
I almost wonder, yes, I fully agree. I do almost wonder if it's like a boundary he's trying not to cross.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, being that encouraging can come off a certain way.
That's true. And also like not wanting her to get her hopes up either, because it's pricked her that we're talking about. Like, it's not necessarily a fair game, and maybe it is like trying to protect her from that, but also come on, root for her a little bit.
I agree. But there's Will.
Yeah.
Who's like, I wish I could sit in there.
Yeah.
And
see you eat them alive.
Yes. Oh my goodness. But that was so intense. And then the outcome of it. Of both of them getting the stupid promotion. But is that not such a, we're in a man's world?
What literally happens? Yeah.
It's infuriating because it's true.
Yeah. But she was so brilliant the way she went about everything, and fucking what's his face thought he was all hot shot, like gonna like get her in on this or whatever, and she was like scheming the whole time because she's always 2 steps ahead. Yes, Arden, but also fuck that guy.
Final project. No, really, really final project.
Literally.
final project. That's so true, though.
Yeah. So it is definitely a bummer, but it happens all too often, and it is very, very, very realistic, even though it freaking sucks, and it shouldn't be as realistic as it is.
As it is, yeah.
And she's like, I got the promotion, so I should be happy about it, but also he got the freaking promotion, too. Bullshit.
Can I change the subject?
For sure.
Have you noticed anything interesting while reading? Like, you know how in When We Were, she had different titles for the chapters?
Oh, do you mean like the Happily Ever Before and all of that stuff? Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
It's sus. I need to know more.
Yeah.
And I like, at the point where we're at, I don't think I know enough yet to make a fair guess of what it actually means.
Yeah.
But it has definitely sparked my interest, and I definitely, obviously there's something to it. Like, nothing DEG does is without purpose. So, but I need to know immediately. So when we stop recording, I need to keep reading because I'm like, okay, what is this about? And especially like thinking where When We Were ended, and then where we got to halfway through this book, there's still so many questions I have.
Yeah.
Because there's things that I know that have yet to come up halfway through this book.
Yes.
And it makes me nervous. Very nervous.
Okay. I just want to know where you're at, like where your headspace is.
Yeah, I don't think I'm far enough yet to make like a real guess, but like my wheels are turning.
Do you have any do you don't want to say anything? Or do you have any?
I mean, obviously either someone's going to die or they're going to break up because so I think that whatever that big life-shattering moment is, it's like
huge
ADBC type situation.
Yeah. Okay, just curious. Do you have anything else to say about the corporate world before we move on?
Not really. I'm over pricked her.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Let's talk about the museum.
Yeah.
I love the museum. I love Will in the museum. I love the insight of like the people that know him, and then he's like, "No, call me Will."
Yeah. I love it.
Plaque on the walls don't matter.
I know. I love him. I feel like he's so wholesome. Really quickly, because I don't want to talk about it for long, I want to spend the rest of the time talking about Will and Arden. And the freaking relationship of convenience. Can we just like get that conversation out of the way so that we can leave him in the past? Yeah,
who I forgot.
Yeah, literally forgot about him. And the whole situation of like she's watching this guy across like in another apartment. That's like where we start, right? And she's like, what is going on? And she's like mentally checked out, and she's like, that's what I'm like interested in.
Yeah, not this guy loser in my bed.
Loser. But yeah, the whole relationship of convenience and how she's just, I don't know. I feel that Arden is just, I don't know. I just love her and how she compartmentalizes things. And she's like, this is a need. This is a need. This is a need. This is what I'm going to do to meet each of my needs. And like, I have my goals and I'm just going to do my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm using him as much as he's using me. Whatever. Moving on.
Yeah. And then just ends it.
Yeah. I love it.
She's like, I think we're done.
Oh, fair enough. Yes, girl. Yes, queen.
I love it.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that.
Forgot about him entirely.
That's fair.
Forgot about him entirely.
So back to Will, back to the museum.
Okay, yes, it's magical. It's lovely. It's beautiful. I love her. The meetup of how they intertwine of their stories.
I can just picture the museum and just the bench in the middle and them just sitting there.
I just really want this to be a TV show.
Yes. And I'm just thinking about the Instagram posts that were posted about the characters leading up to 6 Morning Kisses before it was even out. And it's just like, oh, so good. And that's what I'm picturing. And and like how he was talking about the old couple that sits on the bench and like all the different people that have sat on the same bench and have experienced different things in their lives and go there for different reasons, and all of that is so powerful. And it just goes into how art in general is just so powerful and how it impacts people differently. But then there's like the Sterlings of the world who are using that as like a tax write-off, and they just want their name on a plaque on the wall. And even though that's what he was born into, it's so much more to him, and it just shows his like character, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my God, about the freaking job interview when he was so excited to get the job.
Yes.
And they were like, oh, thank your parents for their donation.
Yeah.
He's like, I just wanted this because of my accomplishments.
Not
I went
my
to school for
parents.
this.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a degree and he's good at it.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
It is sad.
Take seats together as strangers and stay long enough to fall in love like we did.
Oh, so good.
Mm-hmm. So good.
This is the episode of saying,
It's lovely. Okay. One thing that I feel like I don't know, same with when she was discussing, even there was a moment, maybe I read it incorrectly, but it made my brain stop and pause, where she has like obviously insomnia and can't sleep well, and then mix it with alcohol, and then she describes like her brain just replaying the whole night like over and over again, like mine does that like on loops. And so but tonight I'm gonna read the quote. It starts with tonight. This quote at one point, it was 11% in, says, tonight is just one of those days I'm far more critical of those around me, likely an effort to distract myself. And it's like when you harp on those little things that happen in your own world, whether it's people here, but just things in general, like that you're overly critical about. And I just feel like that's such a small little tidbit. It's literally one sentence that's so incredibly relatable.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's such a fair point.
I love how it's sprinkled in there. There's so many honesty moments with herself in this book and in When We Were that it's just like so nonchalant.
Yeah. And also it's just like a journal of life, like real life. This is real feelings that we all feel. And I feel that that's what I love about Diana Elliott Graham's writing is I am not normally a contemporary romance girly. I know we've talked about this plenty, but it just like, I love fantasy because that's obviously not real life, right? But then I feel that a lot of contemporary romance tries to have that like airy light feel, and that's not relatable to me. You know what I mean? And this is the real nitty gritty real life that you can pick up a page and be like, oh yeah, I've felt this way before. Like this is actually real life. Yeah. And it just makes it hit home a lot more because it's like, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, literally. Oh, man. It's so good. You're so good, DG.
This is actually just a DG praise podcast.
Another thing that's very relatable quote says, are you sabotaging yourself for the chance to be anything but... Hold on. Let me actually zoom in because I obviously can't read it. Are you sabotaging yourself for the chance to be anything other than busy? Because being busy is a lot busier than being happy.
I also have that highlighted.
And I was like, sorry, why were you listening in on my therapy session?
Excuse you. That's a conflict of, a breach of HIPAA.
Ouch. Okay, maybe I just don't need therapy and I can just read a DEG
there
book.
You go.
Or not literally, because then they traumatize you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Can we talk about the bar scene? Are we there yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, do it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. My favorite thing, well, not my favorite thing because it's sad, but back to the freaking relatable. One of the quotes she says is, men in bars respect an unseen man a lot more than the woman in front of them saying no. Ugh. Freaking hate it here. But unfortunately, it's true. And that whole scene was absolutely incredible, how it all played out. So this freaking asshole is like, I'll take whatever she's having. Let's have two of them. Let's go. And we're like, right off the bat.
She's like, no, thank you.
Like, douchebag. She's like, no, thanks. Not interested.
I can pay for my own drinks.
Yeah. She's like, I'm meeting someone. And he's like, I don't know about that. And who walks in but Will, right? And come to save the day. And it's the typical like, oh, my boyfriend's here. And then he plays into it, which I absolutely love because if it was one of his brothers, they would not.
No.
But because of who he is, like his brother is there. He's supposed to be meeting his brother, who is an asshole. And this guy that's hitting on her at the bar is part of his little cadre, right?
Yes.
And he jumps right in and is like, oh, yeah, this is my girlfriend. Can I help you?
Yeah.
And it just shows who he is, that he was willing to, like, granted, society sucks and she should have never needed him to do that. However, I absolutely love that he just comes right in and is like marking his territory, but like not in a weird way, like in a way of like, yeah, I got you, girl. And also not expecting anything in return.
I was going to say that exact thing of he didn't expect anything back.
Exactly. And he was like,
it was just one and done.
I got you. And then like, but I had said about that part that it's very much the Rowan wearing the perfume when they show up to Arabin's house.
It's so good.
And I love it.
It's such
the
a
contemporary version of that. Yeah. And it's just like without being toxic, like being like, fuck off.
Yeah. And the way you worded that was perfection.
And then she does give right back and saves him from Alfie, right?
Yes.
So Alfie's like, oh, we need to talk. Let's like, you need to step into your place as a man that is a sterling. And she's like, don't we have that dinner reservation, babe? And he's like, you're so right. Let's leave.
Go. Yes. Oh, that whole thing is gold.
And how she just, like, her social intelligence that she picked up on what was going on and was able to just fall right into place and improv all of that, just knowing that he wanted to get out of that. And she has very little to no background about it, right? And
nothing.
Just the skills that she was able to pick up on that and be like, where she could have read it as like, oh, he's with them, I don't want anything, you know what I mean? But she knew what was actually going on because she's brilliant.
She is brilliant. That's for sure. Oh, it's so good. That must have been fun to write.
I'm
that
sure.
Scene.
Yeah. That's probably, so far, might be my favorite scene.
I would agree.
Do we want to take a quick break and then
Yes.
jump?
Yeah. Sounds good. Let's
Cool.
take a little break and we'll be right back. Hey,
We're back.
I love this book.
Yes.
It's so good. The brother is nuts. Every time he's shown up, he's crazy and kind of gross.
Scumbag, cheats on his wife,
Disgusting.
alcoholic,
Yeah.
wants to be just like his dad, who's also no good. Nasty.
Yeah. Okay, what do we have left to talk about? We have the painted door to talk about.
Yeah, the whole, them, like, going through that whole adventure.
Yes. And then is that it? I did want to quickly backtrack to the promotion
Yeah.
really quick because I forgot that I had a note here to read one of the quotes here. It says, "Even in victory, I'm still being defined by a man's actions. My strategy wasn't brilliant on its own merits. It was brilliant because it outmaneuvered him. My promotion isn't because I'm exceptional. It's because I proved I could play their game." And that's so sad because she is brilliant.
That is so sad.
I forgot I took a picture of that. I wanted to talk about
That
it.
is so good.
Mm-hmm.
I had another one as well that was the perceived agreeability and femininity that gives us the illusion of control. So many freaking quotable things.
So many.
Another thing, before we go to the whole adventure, she meets Amanda.
She meets Amanda.
We know that name.
Yes, crisscross. That's what I mean. Like that's another parallel.
Yeah, so
How lovely.
we meet her. Hopefully we'll get more from her.
And they have a cute meet cute.
Yeah, they do. A little bestie meet cute. I love it. So I'm excited to see where that goes. Because obviously from the end of When We Were, we know obviously they've developed a great friendship. So it's interesting seeing the beginning of their story.
Yeah, I'm glad that we get to see that played out.
For sure.
And that she's not just a random character,
Yeah.
like one off.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And then, so they kind of keep saving each other back and forth, right? And
They're falling in love.
And the things that she says about, like, basically being apprehensive about falling in love, right? And she was basically saying, like, heartbreak feels inevitable here. Like, what am I? This is happening very fast. Again,
Yeah.
you know, she's kind of done that fast fall in love thing before and kind of swore it off, I think, and resorted to the relationships of convenience and all of that. And she had even told him when they first started talking, was like, I'm not available emotionally or otherwise, you know? And here she is falling for him very quickly.
Oops. Actually, I think that I highlighted a moment that was similar to that in my exact note was oops.
Fair, because this was not her intention.
No.
Definitely a little.
I mean, who wouldn't fall for Will, though?
Yeah.
He is.
He's good. He's gold.
Where's my Will?
Yes.
He's so sweet.
Gold.
I know. So she hates the store.
Yeah.
And this moment would have been my moment of, oh shit,
Yeah.
I'm in love. Like,
Yeah.
100%.
It's so good.
It is so good because he just, like, off the bat says, what are you thinking about? And
Yeah.
she's like, how much I hate the store.
It's like,
Let
we
me
can solve that.
And he said, let me call the restaurant. And
Yeah.
pushes the reservation, gets paint. $200 and something for a can of paint
is
and a
expensive.
pot of basil.
But not that expensive. He said, I got cash.
He does got. You know what, Arden?
You get your bag.
Here's the thing: you're getting a hot man, a nice man, and a rich man.
Yeah.
Bag 'em.
Was it you that said, which I do not agree with this, I have a good man, but someone said, was it you that we were talking about if all men are going to disappoint you anyways, pick the rich one?
I think you sent. Either I sent you the reel or you sent me the reel. It was
Yeah.
I think my sister sent it to me and I sent it to you. Is what it was.
That's so funny.
I mean, Arden gets the best of both worlds, maybe.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
But
and
yeah,
I just,
that was good.
I love it.
I love the impulsivity of it, and it was like, there's a problem. I'm gonna fix it. Let's go. And it's quite the adventure.
I love a fixer.
I love it.
Like a solution, you know?
But in a way that's not like pushy. Just like, all right, fuck it, let's go paint the door.
Yeah.
You know?
Are you ready to, throw your security deposit out the door?
Yep.
Sure am.
Crime against the security deposit. Let's go.
That's crazy. But I loved that.
I love it.
I love that. And I think it's the chapter after, the chapter before, she goes into the museum and she meets his dad. And that's quite the right?
Wasn't it unexpected too?
It was very unexpected for the both of them.
And she holds her ground.
Mm-hmm.
I love her.
Mm-hmm. And then I loved the scene following where she just sits on the chair and is like spinning in the chair. And it's just like, well, that was crazy. Like, well, womp womp.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, man. Okay. Is that all? I don't think we told them what chapter we were reading up to. So we're reading chapters 1 through 28, by the way, which is important to know. But anyways.
Yes. There we go.
Yeah. So anything else that we need to go over?
No, I don't think so.
So you have no theories at where we're at?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I don't want to say anything because there's too much. There's too much.
I wouldn't know, though.
I don't
Okay.
know.
That's
I
fair.
don't know. I'm not confident in any of them.
Okay. Have you thought of what kept you up and what kept you home in a minute?
Nope. Have you?
I didn't, but I realized the last few episodes we haven't done it.
Dang. Oh, one last thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
The cover of the book.
Yes.
I need to look at it more, but already based on, I'm still learning how to use my Kindle.
I don't know either. Well, the cover of it, you have to go all the way to the beginning.
Rude.
Well, you distract and I'll go get one.
Okay. I love her covers. We talked about this about when we were of just the little Easter eggs built into the cover of that. And I think it's the same way with 6 Morning Kisses. And I have already picked up on some of them, but as the book continues and I learn more, I want to make a mental note to keep looking at the cover because I know I will learn more and more from it. And let's see. She's got it. She's got it. So good.
On sale now at Fern and Fable.
Okay, so his tattoo. Oh, there's so many good things. So I think I'm going to pick up on so many more as we continue. But I love her
I already
covers.
see so many. Oh my gosh.
So good. Do you know yet?
I mean, there is a basil.
Yeah.
You do know the basil. But that's probably... Yeah.
The door.
The door. That's so good. Okay.
Ooh, now I want french fries. Anyways.
Oh, that sounds like a good plan.
So, yeah, it's really good. Don't forget to look at your covers of your books and also read your author's notes and your dedications and all of those things because you never know what might be in there. Some good information. If they wrote it, you should read it.
Oh, I like it. All right.
It's there for a reason, right?
It is. I like it. What kept me home? Nothing. What kept me home? I've started Succession. I haven't watched that before. I'm on season 2. It's very interesting.
Nice.
If you like to read Succession, or if you like to watch Succession, you should read Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake because it is literally that, but with magic.
Stunning.
Yeah. And then I've been reading a lot, so that's been keeping me up.
Love that.
Starless Sea. So good.
So good.
It's so good. And then a few arcs that I need to get done.
Yes.
We're gonna do Night Circus for next month, so I'm gonna reread that.
For
what
book
I'm
club?
excited about for book club. Yeah, sorry, for book club. So yeah. What about you?
Cool. I've been trying to get better at like meal planning in advance, so I feel like that's keeping me up. Just I feel like I get to the end of the week and I'm like, I don't know, like,
Yeah.
and I end up just with like whatever. But I want to be conscious about like planning things out, you know?
Yeah.
So I've been kind of like trying to come up with a system. So if you have a meal planning system,
let us know.
Because I'm trying to like get all my proteins, all my bases, like that type of stuff, and then like have something where I can just kind of mix and match, and then have like what genre of food is it called? A genre?
I have no
style
style maybe.
So then
Same
like
thing.
I can kind of like mix and match and stuff.
I like it.
So I've been just like trying to figure out how I want to plan that out. So it's like keeping me up, and then keeping me home. You know, the toddler do be toddling.
Toddler do be toddling. He's giving you a toddler time.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okie dokie. Well, this was fantastic, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to hear what you think.
Yeah,
Okie dokie.
let's wrap this up so I can go read.
Okay. Well, stay tipsy.
Bye.
Bye.